Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Wow, welcome, welcome. Come, come. Hello, everybody. My name is Mix Phoenix, aka Mabuhay Mix, or formerly known as Mabuhay Mix. I am a content creator and musician full time, and I'm very blessed to say that. This video is about microphones. So, as you can imagine, I have an abundance of microphones for different things. So not only do I do content, but I can also host. I also do voiceovers. I also make music, most beautiful music. So here are the different microphones that I use. First off, let's talk about a lavalier. Lavalier. So lavalier mics are typically what you see in influencers' videos, like this one. This is a lavalier mic. I got this from Comica. I actually ordered this on Shopee. I'll leave a link down below, as I will for all the other mics that are featured here. So I've had this for about 2 years now. This is what it looks like inside. This is the mic that I'm using right now. So it's actually connected to my mirrorless camera. It comes with this case. There are other brands like DJI that also have these types of microphones, and there are also cheaper options. But I chose this specifically because it's white. And it comes with 2 microphones already. I love that they had a USB-C option already at the time. I think it was Reese Lansangan who actually promoted this. This was before I was even like an influencer. So like she influenced me before I became the influence. Anyway, so yeah, I use this for content, and sometimes I bring it around also when I go traveling, especially. So as with typical lavalier mics, it already has a clip which you can attach to, like I did to this flower over here earlier. I just thought it was aesthetic. It comes with an auxiliary cord for plugging into your camera, and it even comes with its own horseshoe holder that you can connect to the horseshoe of your camera. What I really love about this is, yun nga, because it's USB-C, you can even connect it to your computer. So you can do voiceovers directly to your computer. Or in my case, I use it directly on my phone, which is a USB-C phone. So that was microphone number 1. Microphone number 2 is when I switch hats, and well, this is when I used to do podcasts also, but I also do voiceovers, do narrations and stuff. So this is the Elgato Wave 3. And I actually wish I got it in white, but the black is pretty slick too. So this is actually ideal for gamers. This was built for gamers. So this filter actually does not come with it. You have to buy this separately. This is another USB-C mic. I really love this because it's super easy to use. It has different settings over here. So you can adjust the volume of the microphone and the earphones when you plug it in for the direct monitor. So direct monitor, to those who don't know, is when you can hear yourself as you're recording an audio. Here's where the headphones come in, and you can use any headphones really. And this is where the USB-C plug goes. Now you could use any USB-C to USB-C wire to connect to your laptop. It even works on your phone. USB-C is just so amazing, can I just say. I started using it when the Huawei P20 first came out. That was one of my favorite phones ever. And voila, it's just mind-blowing how far USB-C can go. So yeah, this was the Elgato Wave 3. This does not require any additional application. It's a plug-and-play microphone. So I'm gonna introduce you guys to my mini tech kit, which I bring around everywhere wherever I work. Because of the nature of my work, I'm always on the go, so I can actually work wherever. Sometimes I would want to leave the house and edit somewhere else, so I would need this. And yeah, but I actually got this pouch in Japan, so I don't know where I can find the link. If I find the link, I will include it in the description box. So inside is my Type-C to Type-C. As you notice, I really like white. I like to keep all of my equipment white for some reason. I like the uniformity, I love the color, I love how clean it is. Another thing in here are my earphones. You can't beat the classics, honestly. I actually prefer this over the AirPods. There's just something about the old school Apple earphones. My Pebble mouse, which is also in white. And finally, my SSD. which I got from Don Quixote in Japan. All of the important files are here. If I need additional storage, I'll put it here, especially for the videos that I need to edit. Now I'm just gonna plug this in so that I can hear the monitor, and then I'm gonna plug in the USB-C. Quick and easy, I love it. So this is actually 0, but apparently you can still hear it. Testing 1, 2, 3. 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 Now what's cool about this also, especially if you're like live streaming as a live streamer, or if you're doing a podcast, you can actually just tap to mute the microphone. So the light will turn red if it's muted. Let's get to the music side of life. I use my own microphone when I perform live. So this is the RJ microphone. We actually promote this at the show. I host every Tuesday at RJ Bistro. I find it a really good idea to have your own microphone anywhere you're performing. There are some songs that I sing that are very soft, and I need to get more intimate when I'm talking in the microphone. So my lips are definitely touching the microphone. So I don't want to be indirectly kissing the last performer's lead singer. So it's a really good practice to have your own microphone. The other option for this would be obviously the Shure SM56, which is what all the other performers use. Me, I was on a budget when I bought this, and like sound quality is actually already pretty nice. So like I didn't really see a need to change it or anything. How much was this? This was only like $8.99 or something, and they always go on sale on like Shopee and all of that. I would also recommend to get like a microphone filter, kind of like get rid of like the sounds when you're performing. To those who are curious if I use any pedals, I do use a pedal. Performing, I use this. This is the Zoom V6 vocal processor. So this thing is really cool. I take this to shows. So I mostly bought this because I needed a harmonizer, and this was on sale at JB. I think like it was like 5,000 pesos cheaper when it was on sale when I got this. There are different settings that you can play around with. There's even a looper, but the looper, disclaimer, the looper is only for the voice because it is a vocal harmonizer. So if you want to loop your guitar, I would recommend just getting one of the Boss looper pedals. I can do a whole different video on this. It would be very short because like it would just be the basics, but yeah. Stay tuned for that. Now, finally, on the list of microphones that I use as a content creator and a musician, when I record songs, like covers or original songs, this is actually my interface. Now, I actually own the very first model of this, and then it started conking out, so I upgraded, and this is so much smaller. This is the Focusrite Scarlett Solo. My original one was like this big or something. It was big. That was because there were like 2 inputs, whereas this one is just microphone and instrument over here. And I love that there's that air option. Again, this is USB-C. I think I ordered this on Lazada, and it also still has the line outputs for the speakers. So it's still a pretty powerful device. I got the smaller one because it'll also work on the iPad. Obviously, the controls on the iPad are a lot less compared to if you use a computer, but you know, at least the option is there, especially if I'm on the go again, like I'm traveling and I decide to record a cover or something. So yeah, this little thing is so perfect. Like I mentioned, I had the original one of this. I have to get it. It was here. So this is for live recordings, and this is for at home. I really hated the red. I'm not a red person. So this is the microphone that came with my original Focusrite interface, and this is a condenser mic. Now, to those who are not familiar, condenser mics are actually more ideal for studio recordings, which is why if you go to a studio or recording studio, you will typically find a condenser mic rather than a regular mic, because this is really ideal more for performances. To think of it, this thing is like 10 years old already this year. I bought this in 2015. Obviously, I'm going to do a sound sample of this just so you guys hear it. I actually use Ableton Live, and I got this for free from like this product that came with it back in 2016. Other than using the earphones, I use my Marshall headphones. I used to use my Sony headphones, which I really loved. I loved my Sony headphones, don't get me wrong. The problem lang with that is that it didn't have this. And I love the idea of having aesthetic headphones that I could connect to my interface whenever I record songs. Alright, so I think we're all set up. So this is what it sounds like. I also need a filter for this actually, so I might have to look online. But here you can also adjust the monitoring. And of course the volume of the microphone itself, which obviously it's gonna start sounding scratchy. And then this is the minimum, which you can't even hear, you're listening to this now. So yeah, it even has the 48 volts and the air option. And yeah, so this is what the microphone sounds like. Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever. So that's all the microphones that I use. I hope this will give you ideas on what your next microphone will be. I'm not pushing you guys to order these exact microphones. I hope that this was very informative and gives you an idea on like what microphones you can use for different purposes. Anyway, my name is Mix Phoenix. I'm sorry if this got a bit boring for you guys, but this is what I do. This is my life and I love what I do. I'm very passionate about how I do things, and yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.